Well, good evening and welcome back to the side of Luna as we continue our towards California. It is great to have you all joining live here again tonight. You can see the front dash there. Again, another sunset off. Head towards the line of Arizona, California. 120 miles, 130 miles border there. We wanted to jump back on. Yeah, just test out Luna a little bit more, test out the Starlink capability. As you can see, it is a lot flatter signal, so hopefully we'll be able here this evening. But if it's your first time, hello, welcome. My name is Zach. I'm the pattern host here at the launch pad, and I'm joined by absolutely pro driver, rocket chaser from the Space West, who might be a little confused. West Coast. Got Magnus.
I don't think so.
No?
I think
well, you might be. I'm not sure the community might have to do a poll later. But it is great to have you guys here. If you didn't see the announcements yet, welcome aboard Luna, the Locational Uplinking Networking Asset. This previously operated by Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut, and prior to that, it was excited to the third owners of Luna, giving her on life. Got some big plans for her and big plans. I had to take you along. Figured had 2 long days. We wanted to jump on, answer some questions that you guys have, so you can send those in the chat by tagging me at the launch pad. Let me know how the audio and the video is. Sound is picking. Let me see if I can adjust the not need. If that's maybe a little bit better, switching the gain there. Check 1, 2. Can you guys hear us all right? Video is good. Audio is very patchy. Interesting. See if that audio gets any better there. We're trying to save away some of the road noise, but let's see. Not better. Interesting. This is why we test things, right? This is why we're not going live for Artemis 2, day 1 inside Luna. Pug Life, how many hours have you guys been on the road? In the bottom right corner, that is the trip timer. Now, we did stop for the evening in El Paso. Well, stop for the morning in El Paso. But it has been 2 very long days. But it is now maybe. Okay, let me know if, yeah, that's better? Okay, awesome. I think that we just had a little bit too tight of a noise gate on the microphones there. So hopefully that's a bit better for you guys. Bear with us as we test out these new systems. And we are just transitioning from I-8 up towards the I-10, and then we'll be heading through Coachella Valley into the Los Angeles area. We wanted to jump on while there was still some sun up before it gets too dark and before we get too close, because we don't want y'all to know where we live. So, not that we don't trust you, but 5x5, awesome. That's what we like to hear. I know a bunch of people jumped on, watching from all over. We got Flight Radar watching from India. Welcome. Pale Blue Dots in Nova Scotia. Cap Kirsch is in your chair. We got Scott in Key West. Welcome. Matt, is that Gila Bend, Arizona? Yes, I believe that was. Last stop was Tucson, and then dropped down on the 8 for a little bit, and then we've cut up back to the 10 so that we could avoid the chaos of Phoenix. Great improvement. 5x9. Oh, even better. There we go. See, we know what we're doing.
to a certain degree.
We'll just do it live. That's what we'll do. Do you want a cactus? No? TLP cactus? New Matt. That'd be, instead of the helmet, just a barrel cactus. Wait and see. But yeah, if you guys have questions, you can send those in the chat, and can work on answering those. Come on, Zach. You don't want us all showing up at once? I mean, I think that would be fun. I don't know how Magnus and his family would think. You know, it's not a convention hall. Max Q, when did you buy the van? This week. We picked up Luna on Tuesday. I mean, technically Monday, but we had her in the shop. Got her some all new tires, new brakes. Believe it or not, new windshield wiper. Whether you want to believe that or not, I don't know. New oil, new refrigerant, whole bunch of stuff to make sure that we got on the road and we're safe on the road, which has been great. TLP Con. I mean, maybe get us to 1 million subscribers, and then maybe one day TLP Con. Aiden, who's next to you, that is Magnus. That's one of our TLP rocket chasers, and now TLP Pro driver and driver of Luna. He goes by Space Coast West on X. You've probably seen some of his incredible photography and drone work of launches from Vandenberg. If SpaceX would like to launch a launch from Vandenberg tonight, we wouldn't say no.
I mean, the plan is to launch this evening in the morning hours.
Yeah, in the very early morning hours when both of us will be experiencing the beauty of our eyelids.
That is if the road cooperates. As we've noticed, we are very good at planning these drives, and they usually end up with a couple detours on the way. Yesterday, we decided to make the executive decision to make a quick visit to Blue Origin.
I might even be able to bring in a picture from there.
And their launch site 1, which is honestly very interesting site to be. We arrived at 1 a.m. in the morning, and this site was discontinued or put on pause for the next 2 years as Blue Origin puts New Shepard on pause. But it was active as ever.
You would have thought you were at Starbase.
You would. I mean, at this point in time, it was 1 a.m. and there were more cars coming and going from the gate than at Starbase, which was really quite impressive, if you ask me.
There we go. There's a picture from last night outside at Launch Site 1. And the staff were awesome. Literally, we hadn't been there 10 seconds and someone came out and they're like, "You all good?" And we're like, "Yeah, we were just driving by and we wanted to see the sign." And they're like, "Awesome." Like, they even thought it was cool. And then they looked at the van and they're like, "Why is NBC Connecticut in New Mexico?" And they were very confused.
In Texas.
In Texas, yeah. But no, it was really cool to see. Definitely was a short detour, but I think it was worth it. Kenneth, thank you so much for becoming a Solar Explorer member there. I really do appreciate that. We're hoping to add a lot more things for our members here in the near future, so I appreciate it. Charlie Violin, how much do we want to bet that April 1st date is a joke? It is not. I have verified it myself that is the target launch date. If you had followed along with the Artemis 1 update today, they did a 48-hour flight readiness review, and every team has pulled go for launch via the flight readiness. There is a few things that need to be done. Obviously, we need to roll out to the pad. We need to get the pad in a launch configuration. There will be no more wet dress rehearsals. There will be no more tanking tests. There will be no more seal changes based on the current plan for Artemis 2. I think I said 1 earlier, but Artemis 2. NASA officially net targeting April 1st for launch with rollout next Thursday, March 19th. We will, of course, bring you full live coverage of that here, and then we'll begin our 24/7 countdown to launch coverage once rollout begins. So make sure you stay tuned to that. Nice bit of info, a little clarification on the launch window. They have confirmed an extra launch date now on April 2nd, which means we have 3 daytime launch windows in April. We hope we don't need the last one. But it does mean there's an opportunity for a sunlight or at least a sunset launch of Artemis 2, which I know a lot of people have been wanting. I don't know why, but it'd be nice to see that rocket fly one way or another. But yeah, if you're just jumping on, welcome. Take a moment, share out the stream, invite people to join us. It really does help us out. If you're just joining us, welcome inside of Luna, the Locational Uplinking Networking Asset. This is our new mobile broadcast studio and launch control center and a whole bunch of other things. It's going to take some work to get her fully online, It's not going to be a 1 month project, but we're really excited to take you guys along the way. And we'll be bringing members behind the scenes as we build her out. And we'd love to hear from you guys on what you want to see next for TLP. Where do you want to see us going? Do you want us diving into news? Do you want us more diving into launch coverage and cinematic and video? Do you want more casual streams? Do you want more formal streams? So we're going to be doing some kind of members hangouts, some public hangouts, and you guys can even let us know while we're on the drive here of what you guys would like to see next for TLP. Yes, I did say Asset. That is the name. I know we're not in California yet, but this part of the land, this is always so beautiful to me. Desert and mountains.
We are 127 miles out from Florida. Not Florida.
From Florida, oh
California. My. We have driven for 414 miles at this point in time.
414 today, and we did 950 yesterday.
Yes.
So 9, 10, 11, what, 1,300 and some miles so far?
Yep.
You need 2 vans, east and west. If anyone would like to sponsor the purchase of one, we won't say no. We accept vans, SUVs, ambulances, fire trucks, used military vehicles. Just get in contact with me. launchpadnews@gmail.com. It's definitely a niche market and you have to find yours. Yeah, absolutely. He's a very focused driver. Yes, that is why I trust him. We were able to throw a mic on him so you guys can hear him, but otherwise everything is over on my side of the vehicle, and his eyes are on the not as beautiful road, but road.
I do know how to talk to a certain degree.
He was talking my ear off all afternoon, and then the second we go live, we want TLP hosts to go to orbit. Well, Charlie, you're going to have to donate for that to happen. Drive to Starbase soon. We just left. That's where we picked Luna up. If you see the thumbnail, that's where our first deployment, I guess you could say. We went out and checked out the new booster and the new pad for a little bit before we had a quick sleep and then hit the road.
Luna was at both the Texas launch sites in the course of 24 hours.
That is true. I don't think anyone's done that before.
No, both. In fact, it's been at both sites with HLS development currently ongoing.
Yep.
If the rumors are true, and Blue Origin is using Launch Site 1 for HLS development, which does appear to potentially be the fact.
It makes a lot of sense.
Blue Origin's Launch Site 1 campus is enormous. We drove up there, and you could see the lights from the entire campus from many miles away. Once you get up from Van Horn, take that road. It is a huge campus. And my guess is that they're doing some sort of HLS development in the meanwhile in order to try to meet that window of the new landing window of 2028.
We got a couple questions coming in. Tweetsy, best song on the drive so far? Believe it or not, in all the time we've been in here, I think we've listened to maybe like 8 songs. 6 songs.
It's been silent.
Well, there's been a lot of talking,
listening to the sound of the road.
Yeah.
I guess you could say we've been listening to a lot of rock, because
rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
There we go.
Because I guess okay.
Have we been
this
in this
is
van
why
for
I don't
too
talk.
many hours? Yes. Yes. Help us. No. Scott Martz is asking what kind of van y'all got and how many miles.
We got a 2011 Ford E350 Super Duty. It has 143,000 miles at the time of recording. It carries a 6.8 liter V10, and it's doing very good on this drive. I couldn't be happier with how it's been performing, and it's been a very smooth drive. Doesn't get the best miles per gallon, so we're looking at around 9 or 10.
She thirsty.
It is using a lot of fuel. On your screen, you should see how much fuel we've spent at the time of the last refueling. I don't know if Zach can give you an exact number there, but
we are at $376 in and about 167 gallons, roughly.
That's quite a lot of fuel.
a lot of fuel and a lot of money. David Forget says, probably high mileage, built for NBC News. Really, Luna has not been used to the extent that these vehicles were designed. She's really low mileage. Normally, if you were getting a van like this, you'd be in the, at bare minimum, high 200s, normally in the 300s at this point, or if not more. But when she was with NBC, she was only just got through the first 100,000. And then Tim had her on and put on about 10, 12,000 roughly in there. And we're almost 1,500 in so far ourselves. So we've got hopefully a really great life forward with her. She is gasoline, so as long as you take care of her, she should be able to do really well. Her body's in really great shape. Obviously, we're going to do the sad thing and remove the NBC logos. And work on making her a little bit more TLP branded in the not too distant future. At least getting those NBC things taken off. But yeah, we're excited to see. I'm excited to get to the end of this year, and I really want to look back at this year because I think this is going to be a big year for TLP and a big year for spaceflight in general. And I'm excited to see where Luna's at the end of the year. We only were able to jump and get her thanks to you guys supporting the community. And of course, thank you to Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut, for making this possible and trusting us to carry Luna on. It's really cool that she gets to stay within Team Space. You know, she really was the first vehicle of her time in the community, and we're excited to really deploy her as a maybe not daily, but a weekly launch broadcast vehicle, you know, hopefully in the next year or so, and really reactivate her online. Catching up on the questions. Yeah, it's just breaking in. Exactly, Scott. For those that were just jumping on, we spent about 2 days with her in the shop, getting her ready to get back out on the road. She had sat a little bit as Tim had transitioned Luna into his new trailer, which is really awesome. Can't wait to see that out at Artemis too. So yeah, all new tires, brakes, windshield wipers, oil, batteries, AC work, a whole bunch of stuff. And there's a little bit more work that we have to do to bring her fully back online. There's 2 alternators for this type of vehicle. The second alternator hasn't worked for a little while since NBC had it. So we're going to work on trying to bring that online, which would really mean we could bring the whole system online even on the road. Not that we'd necessarily do that, but it's a nice thing to have as a backup power supply out in the field. And of course, we'll have battery systems as well. So yeah.
Luna as a vehicle works phenomenally.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are other things that Luna needs in order to function more for our broadcasting needs. There is a 500 amperage alternator that's needed to power the AC outlets and the server rack, which is empty at the time. And in order to bring Luna up to a broadcast standard, we need to fill up that server rack with the necessary cables and live streaming hardware, encoders, and switchers in order to get as good as broadcast as possible. That obviously requires a little bit of time. We need to finalize the design there and then start to slowly but surely get the necessary equipment required. Right now, this stream is being run off a Starlink Mini, which is located in the front dash, actually right over the camera.
Let's see if we risk unhooking something by turning this around. There we go. There's the mobile broadcast setup. You got an iPhone, a GoPro, and a Starlink Mini. Definitely not the orientation Starlink Minis were designed to work in, but it works incredibly well. As
we mentioned yesterday, the original intention was to put the Starlink on the roof, but the roof appears to be glass fiber, and glass fiber is not magnetic. So the mounts I had brought with me from California unfortunately didn't work, but the windshield works pretty well. So far, we haven't experienced any major issues. The download speeds are reduced by a certain percentage because the angle is a little bit too much, but it has been working very well. In the future, we'll be installing a full-size Starlink dish once we have power and things needed for that to happen. We'll install that permanently on the roof, which should allow even faster speeds for the road.
Absolutely. Matt says put members' names in or on the van. We're working on some things for members. David says still have the tower antenna. Yes, we do still have that 70-foot mast in the back. We have not extended it yet. Probably something we'll try to do in the summer once we get some other things online. Tweetsy, I'm going to have to send you a playlist. A drive with little music should be a crime. But we've had lots of rock and roll, as we said, and we've actually had a lot of conversations about TLP, about Space Coast West, about Luna. It's kind of been really nice, actually. Like, you know, most of our team is remote, right? We have Magnus on the West Coast. We got our Rocket Chasers on the East Coast. It's rare that we're actually getting to be in a room or a van locked together. It's probably dangerous coming up with ideas, but it's also really nice to be able to do that rather than always, you know, over a call or Discord. So David says custom paint job. Believe it or not, these things are very expensive to wrap. We got some initial quotes just for a white paint job. There were very many numbers. So we're looking at different options. Whether we'll do a full wrap or not, we haven't made that decision. We're probably going to start with some magnetic options, which will be nice for just also keeping her secure while we build her out. Once we deploy her out to Florida, then obviously that's a different ball game where she's going to be actively working. But in the meantime, you know, we want to make sure she's safe as well.
Our number one goal is to get Luna to a operational center as quickly as possible. So once we get that hardware, we can start looking in getting the outside done. But one of the priorities is to remove those NBC decals. As fun as it is to be NBC Connecticut, it does lead to a couple stares on the road and a couple questions when you pull into just your typical gas station. So those will be removed as soon as we get a chance. We did look at the options of painting the van different colors, but we were quoted 10 grand for painting, and that's
just for a base color.
That was a basic color, and then a wrap would come on top of that. So we came to the conclusion that we'll make those decisions after we finish our live streaming setup, our broadcasting setup, because that takes away from that cost, takes away from hardware we could put into the back of the van, which would ultimately bring a better live stream for you guys. Unfortunately, it's not having a good looking van is nice, but it's not gonna be reflected as nicely.
Y'all won't see it on the broadcast. We'll see it, but you won't.
So it's a work in progress. Yeah. It's gonna take some time making this van fully operational, but once it is, it's gonna be great.
Pug's Life says the driver looks like a young Elon Musk. Scott Mart says y'all need to post some externals. We'll put some pictures out on X and in the Discord tonight, tomorrow, of the van. As a scheduling note, I'm heading back up to our headquarters in Edmonton, Canada on the weekend. Super excited to get back up there, see my family, and we'll do some work at our headquarters server, networking stuff, which ultimately will be used for Luna, used for systems in Florida, used for our current systems at Starbase. So yeah, lots of things in the work.
We have some photos. Obviously, we posted one of them from Starbase. That was their initial post. And we have one from Blue Origin that's coming out. I just haven't simply had the time to put anything together since my focus has been driving.
We need to get you a new shirt. Eat, sleep, drive, repeat. Well, it's not even that. Drive, 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 eat, drive, 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 sleep, drive, drive, eat, repeat.
Drive, brake, circle K.
Yeah, drive a circle. Yeah, exactly. Has it been hot out? This morning we woke up and we were actually surprised how cold it was.
It
warmed up though.
It was probably around 15 degrees Celsius.
Celsius? Fahrenheit?
No, Celsius.
50?
15.
Oh, okay. I was like 50.
1.5.
No, 1.5, yes.
I don't know. That's 70 degrees Fahrenheit. I should know this. I'm American.
I was gonna say this is your math, not mine.
But yeah, it did heat up a lot over the time. Once we stopped in Tucson, Arizona, to get a little bit of a bite to eat. Not too long ago. That's 4 hours or so ago. And it was quite warm outside. But apart from that, it's been very mild. Starbase was hot. It was very windy. We have experienced some gusts of wind on the plains here.
Yeah.
So definitely had to pay attention. Luna is tall at 11 feet and 10 inches. And that means that Luna, despite weighing around 5,000 pounds, will start to move on the road once some gusts of wind happen. And that's just something we need to pay attention to when driving.
Tweetsy says we need a big magnet with my face on it. I think this is a wonderful idea. Stay tuned. Daly says, I'm heading to Orlando on vacation soon and I want to visit the Kennedy Space Center. What should I do there? Definitely, if you can, do the Explorer Tour. It's incredible. The shuttle exhibit and the Apollo exhibit, well worth your time. Mars and Gateway don't need to spend a lot of time. They're kind of a quick visit, at least in my perspective. But one of the kind of hidden treasures is the first building when you come in on the left. It says the Hall of Fame, but there's a lot of very early rocketry from Mercury and all that in there, so definitely check that out. But Shuttle and Apollo, definitely. Those two and the Explorer Tour, well worth the time. Avast Pirate sending a $1.99 USD super chat. Thank you so much. Saying hi, Zach. Thank you so much for that support. I appreciate it. Jessica agrees we need a big magnet face. Hey, Travis, how's it going? How's the new van? She's doing great. She's actually, I think we've both been pleasantly surprised how well we've been enjoying her and kind of breaking her in and learning.
Luna is over 15 years old, which is older than probably some people watching. And it is driving very good.
It's almost older than some of our crew,
which is insane. But it is functioning very well. It hasn't been driven for around a year or so, but started up cleanly after getting a couple repairs, and I don't have any complaints. Have had a couple inspections on the road, which turned out to be completely false alarms.
That's why there's a vest here and there's a flashlight down here.
But as always, when you're taking these drives, it's always better to be safe than sorry.
Absolutely. David says, accept donations? Absolutely. We'll never say no to money. No, we do appreciate anything you guys send in. It goes into making this possible. Like literally, we would not have been able to jump at this opportunity with Tim if we weren't in a place that we were. And that's only thanks to you guys watching. If you can donate, amazing. Become a member, things like that. We are going to update our membership. I know I said I was going to probably get that out today. I've been working on it a bit on the road. I want to make sure we bring something out that we're offering you guys perks that, one, we're going to meet where we're at now, and then hopefully add more perks as we go. So maybe you guys can actually even just let me know in the chat. If you were looking at doing a membership on Patreon, is there a number that you would be comfortable at a monthly rate committing to? And 0 is totally acceptable. We're not going to lock TLP behind a paywall, but is there a number you'd be happy to lock in and commit to help fund Luna, help fund just TLP in general and our operations? So can drop that in the chat. I appreciate it. Max Q says, where are you stopping for the night? We'll be in Los Angeles. Joni, member for 10 months at the Lunar Explorer level. It says, Zach, I hope you have a great trip. Thank you so much, Joni. I appreciate that. Pug's Life, oh my goodness, thank you so much. A $20 US dollar super chat. Says, so exciting. And it has the TLP Falcon Heavy and the TLP SpaceX logo. Here's some for the gas. I appreciate that, Pug's Life.
We really appreciate it. That's covered 60, at least 60 or 70 miles.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. They'll cover basically probably this whole stream. You paid the fuel for this stream. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Pug's Life. Travis, clean your windshield. I literally just washed this windshield at the last pit stop.
I don't know if people have seen. There's been claims about, oh, there's no bugs on the road. Well, I can attest that claim is incorrect. We cleaned this windshield and scrubbed the windshield minutes before starting the stream, and it is full of bugs.
And you see that really nice hard line that is curved there? Yeah, that was a bug.
So if anyone watching really holds mosquitoes and flies dearly, I do apologize for the number that have unfortunately
joined the crew permanently.
lost their lives in our pursuit of bringing space access for you guys. But unfortunately, there are a lot of bugs on this road, and there was one that just hit the windshield.
Scott Marr says, with that top-heavy thing, don't try driving through a thunderstorm. See, that's where Magnus and I both want to go storm chasing, and it would kind of be fun. But no, we'll always be smart with it. She is top heavy, but she also, once we get all the equipment in, won't be. Really, there's not a lot of weight on the roof. You know, there's the air conditioner. You got the mast in the back, but a lot of the weight is lower based. So
on the road here, we have seen a couple dust devils and similar things. It's been really interesting. We did see a couple storm clouds while located over Houston while we were driving through Corpus Christi. So yeah, it's been really nice chasing some. We haven't been chasing weather, but seeing some of this weather, it's really nice actually.
Oh, Matt says that was Michelle with the super chat there, the 199. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate that. Aiden says, how long before Los Angeles?
We are
too long.
We'll arrive in Los Angeles at about 11:30 Pacific time, which is around 5 hours from now.
Max Q, have you paused the sunset? No, it's happened. It's just to our west? Yeah, west.
This is the west. We are driving north, but we should see a little bit of a glimpse of that as we enter the I-10, which is heading back west. We have been
about 3 miles.
We've been bypassing Phoenix this entire time, as Phoenix has had quite a bit of traffic that we didn't need. So we decided to take the bypass from the 8 to the 10.
Yeah. FedEx not sponsored, but if you'd like to, call us.
So these semi-trucks, due to the location of our Starlink, may cause a little bit of a brief loss in connection, but that's something you guys have to let us know. We don't know how this is connected until we see it afterwards.
Yeah. I took a quick watch last night. Common Citizen, thanks for being on here. I appreciate it. You'll be able to watch it on a replay. We're leaving these up, so if you want to see the rest of the broadcast, you can. Let's see. D. Herman, drive safe. AAA is worth every penny. We do have that already. We've got an emergency kit with everything we could use. We do have AAA and all of that lined up.
And a spare tire.
And a spare tire.
Those are rare these days.
Yeah. Ninja guys, safe travels to you guys, and thanks for all the coverage. So many events. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We got big plans. Luna's going to take some time, but we're really excited for how she's going to, kind of take us into this next level, next era of TLP, and we hope you guys enjoy it too. Kenneth, oh my goodness, $100 super chat, US dollars. Hope to get the alternator repaired. Thank you. I'm going full screen. Thank you so much. That is so generous and will greatly help get that alternator back online. We have a rough idea what we think we need to do with it, and that will definitely go directly into that. Thank you so much. For those wanting the sunset, you need to wait about 1.5 miles, and you should be able to see the remainder of it. Thank you, Kenneth. That's very generous. Are you going to be on for the whole trip? Not the whole trip. We'll be on for a bit more, answering. It's fun hanging out with you guys. So if you guys keep having questions or comments, we'll stay on for a bit. Once I don't think we'll be on all the way to Coachella Valley, but definitely even if we were, when we get into the chaos of LA, we're not going to want to be on. Just want to be able to focus there, especially in the dark. Want to have both of us focused on the road. We actually caught up with chat. Awesome. We were behind there for a little bit. I appreciate all of you. That is so awesome. It's been great having you all on here this evening. Just keeping an eye here as we come up to the I-10. This might be a little bit of congestion here. David says tower repair kit. We have to do some work with the tower. I mean, we have to get a compressor for it.
So we don't. The tower is passive and just hydraulics, so you can use any typical compressor. There is a compressor in the vehicle, and we have a switch here on the dash. So depending if we get the alternator fixed, we might actually be able to get that working a lot sooner than we think. Yeah. That alternator is one of our priorities. I'm going to see if we can get something done with that in the next week or so. Which would allow for power in the back, a better AC system, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see what that does for us. But that would potentially allow us to extend that mast, which is one of the most exciting parts about this vehicle.
Yeah. Bear with us here just as we merge onto the 10, one of America's busiest interstates. And of course, heading, its next main destination is LA. So there's a lot of traffic here, and you can see that sunset coming back into view. But yeah, that alternator is definitely going to bring online a lot of things that we'll be able to bring some of the systems that are built into the van. This van was specially built as a broadcast vehicle, so it does have a lot of little tricks it can do if that alternator comes back online, which will be an amazing thing. Even talking with Tim's team, that they did not bring on line. They used some other systems. They used shore power, which is a really great system to be able to have as well for places that we can just plug straight into the power grid, or a larger generator is awesome. But let's say we wanted to pull over and cover a Starlink from here, it'd be really great to be able to turn on the whole system and go from there. David, the vehicle alternator seems to be working fine. The other one is the money. Yeah, the vehicle alternator is great. We, as I said, we did have some work get done on the vehicle before we hit the road, and the owner of the shop that did the work for us, he and his team took a really deep look at Luna. They actually took us into the back of the house there and took us around and showed us a bunch of stuff as well, which we really appreciated. And yeah, they said she's in really great shape, other than just some of the stuff from sitting. These are vehicles that are designed to move. So that we're excited that she's back moving. And she's done this trip at least once.
She's made it multiple times, in fact.
I mean,
200. That's this coast to coast has been done a couple times under Tim when he was covering Firefly, and so she's driven on this exact same spot before. Definitely good to see her moving again, and getting her away from permanent settlement in the Brownsville area, as the air there does lead to corrosion. So we have seen a little bit of corrosion on certain places. Nothing that can't be fixed relatively easily, though.
Ginger says, be sure you have a backup of everything. You never know what can give out exactly. That's one of the reasons we took the 2 days with her before we hit the road. Get that full inspection done. We knew there was things we wanted to get done, and then there was some things that we found and made decisions on as we went through that inspection. So Pug's Life Cracker Barrels are a good place for food. I do love a Cracker Barrel. Magnus and I both have foods that we like, so we've been able to find some great stops along the way and find the things that we need. One thing we're excited to get in here is a cooler or a mini fridge in the future, especially if we can get that alternator online. Save us from as many pit stops, but it's good to be able to stop we've been trying to do about every hour, 90 minutes.
Yep.
Get out, stretch the legs, get the blood moving, and then probably every other stop or so has been fuel, because she is thirsty.
She gets around 300 miles of range as it is now, since she has a 33-gallon tank. So we get quite a bit of distance. We are about halfway on gas now, and we'll be refilling one more time before leaving for California, in order to see how far we can get without try to avoid refueling in California at the time being. But yeah, it's been nice. Unfortunately, Luna doesn't have full self-driving at the time.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. If Kama actually is able to get old vehicles to drive autonomously, I wouldn't say no.
Longest sunset ever. When you've got that flat horizon, it does linger, and we of course are driving towards it too, so that does linger it a little bit longer as well. But I used to live in Southern California. It's been a long time since I've been down here. I've done this drive once with my family, and it's cool to be back. It's cool to be back with TLP and with Magnus as an adult, not as a kid in the back seat, but also very familiar and nice to see the changes. But yeah, if you guys have questions or comments, you can send those in. Catching up on the posts and your guys' comments. Again, huge thank you to the support that's come in. Kenneth there, that incredibly generous super chat. Some of the others as well. Hey Stealth Mode, great to see you. Thanks for jumping on. What city in California? We're heading now the LA area, just for the security of Luna and the equipment. We don't want to really give away. You can kind of tell what she is while she still has the NBC logo. So for the security of her and the team, we're not really saying where, but general LA area, and that's where we'll be ending our night. So we've got a number of hours to go, but we jumped on last night for sunset and it worked well, and everyone seemed to like seeing the sunset, so we thought we'd jump on again here today. And this morning we were going through the traffic again, so when you're bumper to bumper and going through all those interchanges, it's not as exciting as when it's a bit more of a, I don't want to say calm drive, there's a lot of traffic, but smoother drive.
Yeah.
But we're about 90 miles-ish from the border of California, so just over an hour. Oh, where do I live? My home base is in Edmonton, Canada, about 8 hours north of Montana, if you don't know Canada. But yeah, I am very lucky to do what I do, where Florida can be temporary home base. Hopefully we'll have a home base down there again in a year or two. But yeah, I mean, as long as I have an internet connection, which via Starlink can be literally now basically anywhere in the world, I can work. In fact, I've been working today while we've been driving, which has been really neat to experience, being able to still be online. If you watched the Artemis update earlier today, that was operated from here. It wasn't fully run from this system. We used some of our other remote systems that we've built. But yeah, it was fully controlled from here. Dalton, is Tim not doing on-site streams anymore? He transitioned to a trailer operation that opened some other opportunities for them. So give me 1 second, everyone. We're adding a gas stop to the GPS, so just give me a second. So we're trying to add a gas station stop to our GPS, which is running from our phone on cellular, and it can't tell us anything right now, but we're broadcasting to you. So
yeah, Starlink has been working phenomenal for this drive. Zach's been using it to perform work while we've been driving, even at speeds of 75 miles per hour here through Arizona and New Mexico, and it's been working phenomenally. Despite a couple, there's been a couple obstructions, but it's been working really great. It's really impressive what the SpaceX team has been able to put together, and it just keeps getting better by the day. I remember getting Starlink Mini and just getting Starlink a couple of years ago, where the speeds of a completely unobstructed sky and a Starlink dish positioned completely perfectly had a lot slower speeds than this one, which is partially blocked as well. So really impressive what the SpaceX team has been able to put together.
Yeah, it was, you might have seen our overlay just update there, a new highest price, $3.79 for gas. We're definitely getting closer to California. Astronauts wear adult diapers, but it's okay to wear them in regular life just to save time by avoiding bathroom breaks. Yes or no?
In certain situations, yes, but I'm going to say not having a great cruise control system, you start to feel it in your legs after about 1 hour. So it's always good to have an excuse to go stretch your legs. And if you're driving long distances, you want to make sure you are aware and you got some good blood circulation so you don't fall asleep at the wheel. That's how accidents happen, and we don't want that to happen. So we purposely try to take a break about every hour, 5 to 10 minute break, and that's allowed us to do drives of these distances without any issues.
And someone, not me, likes to drink very large beverages. Amazing light at the sunset. Yeah, it's looking really nice as it fades down into the evening. We'll probably stay on a little bit longer here, but once it gets pretty dark out, we'll probably wrap it up. But it is neat seeing that sunset slowly glow away on the horizon on the broadcast. Camera makes it look like he's driving too fast. No, we're doing good.
We are doing exactly the speed limit here on the I-10, which you can see with the vehicles in front of us. We're actually doing a little bit under because I want to make sure we get there safely.
Yep, rather get there later and safer than never and faster.
Yeah. There's been a couple of vehicles passing us, and that's totally okay.
Yeah, you see them pass, and then 10 miles later you see them on the side of the road, but they have a really special guest behind them.
We have seen a couple of those episodes there with the state troopers doing a good job keeping our roads safe, and we appreciate their work.
South Mo, beautiful sunset for sure. It really is. See, this is when we just need a Starlink launch. Like, come on, right now.
If we had Firefly launch at the same time, we would have been able to see that.
Come on, they should have delayed a day. They delayed so many, they could have waited one more. How fast are you going? Speed limit 75. We're under that.
We are going 67 and a 65 in a 75.
There we go. So a little bit faster than the semis go. We have a powerful V10 engine, but we're definitely not matching the fastest cars on the road. Can you show telemetry? That's an interesting thing. We talked about it. Maybe one day. I'd love to get a GPS map locator that you guys could actually see like a map of where we're at. Tweetsy says Magnus ... I don't know what's coming next. Brace for impact.
Here we go.
We'll see you later, Kenneth. Thank you so much for jumping on here. We so appreciate you, and we'll hopefully see you in the next stream. And stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date on how the alternator goes. He said the number.
The number?
You said the number.
I said the forbidden number.
Oh, it's 2026. That is so over. Now, if you want to super chat that amount, I'll do it again, but that V10 needs a fluid change every 50 kilometers, or 50K miles. Yep, well, she just got one, I think. I'm not sure, they checked her. They said she was good, so. David Forget, V10 engine, more donations. I mean, I won't say no if you'd like to do that. Yeah, it's an incredible 6.1 liter.
6.8 liter.
6.8 liter V10, 2011 Ford E350 Super Duty with a production vehicle edit.
Yeah, so Frontline Communications, they do modifications for cars for law enforcement and have been doing them to vans. This was their van of choice, and unfortunately the E350 has been discontinued, and I believe they're transitioning over to Ford Sprinter vans.
Everything's going to a Sprinter.
Everything is moving over to Sprinter, which is a shame. These are built like tanks, and they operate really well. But Frontline Communications is the company that has outfitted most of the things for the production equipment. So there's they've done a good job. We haven't been able to test any of the equipment yet, so I'm looking forward to that. Much of that relies on getting that alternator functioning, which we'll be trying to do soon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Glenn, a member for 32 months. Thank you so much. Lunar Explorer says, Godspeed, Luna. Well, thank you so much, Glenn. Thanks for being a member for, is that 3 years? Almost 3 years? Yeah, math. That is amazing. So generous. Thank you so much. Hey, Uncle Yukon, great to see you. It's great to see so many regulars in the chat. This would only be possible because of you guys, so it's cool to get to share these moments with you, and yeah, we're excited to do many more of these kind of Luna broadcasts in the future when we get her online. I know yesterday we talked about whether we would want to take her out for Artemis 2, and I think there's a lot of conversations to have around that, especially now that rollout is literally next week and launches in like 2.5 weeks. So I think I can say safely we're leaning to just flying out. We've got a lot of equipment already stationed in Florida ready for Artemis 2 that, we want to be fair with where we put your guys' money and even just the money we make from TLP in general, from you guys just watching, that we don't want to waste that. You guys trust us to bring you the best coverage, and just getting Luna across the country and back would be at least $2,000 in fuel and at least 8 to 9 days on the road. And that's a long time commitment and a lot of finance commitment that may or may not make the most sense at this point. So we'll keep you up to date. We will, over the next few days, open up some Luna chats in the Discord, do a little refresh on the Discord. So if you haven't joined that, definitely do. And we'll open up some member options as well. Stealth Mode says, always like to follow you guys on your adventures, especially now that you have Luna. Yeah, it's really cool to get to do this. Could we do this in a car or an SUV? Absolutely. But getting to do this in Luna and be on the road is really exciting. Jessica says, gotta go, drive safe. Congrats on Luna. Thanks so much, Jessica. I appreciate it. You can see that darkness now setting out on the horizon there. We're coming up to that hour mark, so if you guys have some last comments or questions, you can send those in, and as it gets darker here, we'll probably wrap it up. I don't want to add too much more extra brightness around Magnus that we don't need to do as we get into the darker part of the night, so let's stay on a couple more minutes answering those last questions, and then we'll probably call it there. As I said, if you jumped on a little bit later, I'll be heading back up to our headquarters in Canada on Saturday, so we'll be back in the main studio there. And then I guess I'll be back on a plane to Florida in about 2 weeks' time for Artemis 2. Uncle Yukon, how many miles per gallon is Luna getting? Between 9 and 11, 9 and 10.
We don't have an exact measurement, but it does appear to give us around that 10-ish mark, which was exactly what we expected.
Yeah, it's exactly what Tim's team said as well. Give us your best Walter Cronkite impression. Stay tuned to Artemis 2. Max Q, you seen Firefly's test flight? We didn't see it visually, like in person, but we were actually live yesterday and had it in the bottom corner there, so you can head back over and watch that. Really great to see a successful flight from Firefly and of Alpha, and hopefully we'll see them back on the pad there again soon, and then start expanding out to some of those other launch sites that they want to bring online. But Uncle Yukon, okay, that's twice what my van gets while towing a boat. We're interested to see what she gets once we load her up, right? Cameras, batteries, all that. Definitely take some weight. So we'll be interested to see what that's like once we're fully loaded and built out. We're actually just going to take her to a weigh station and get an updated weight. So Max Q, I didn't find the stream. It should be there. Once I get off stream, I will double check if it's there. It should be there though. I'll double check. But if you're in the Discord, if you go to stream alerts, the link should definitely be there. It should be the second. There's tonight, Artemis earlier today, and then last night. But I think with that, pass it to Magnus for a second. Any last thoughts while we wrap up for the night?
We still got a long way to go.
I think we're both looking forward to the next stand-up point. Maybe get a refill of the beverage, and yeah, it'll be a later evening, and no exciting last-minute detour to Blue Origin's launch site in the last couple hours, but it'll be nice to get off the road. I know you're excited to be home, be with your family.
But
and,
do be on the lookout, because we will let you know once Luna does take her first trip to whether that be Kennedy Space Center or Vandenberg, and we'd love to meet some of you guys up there.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys see our team out in the field, give us a couple weeks. We're working on some things, but some of our crew will have kind of field bags, so if you do happen to see some of our crew in the field, feel free to go over, say hello. If they're operating a lot of equipment, within reason, go over, stand to the side. They'll see you're standing there. They'll say hi, and you can have a chat, just as they may be broadcasting live or something. But our team loves to meet you guys. We only get to do all of this because of you, and it's always really fun to meet you guys, take pictures and different things. And that's one thing that's really special about TLP. I started this, I didn't want TLP to be Zach. I wanted TLP to be TLP, that I'm just lucky enough to kind of lead this ship with some really incredible people around the world, and that you guys are excited to get to know all of them as much as you get to know me, and we're going to really try to expand that this year. If you'd like to join the team, the applications are open. While I'm home, I'm going to be doing a bunch of interviews, so if you've been waiting for a follow-up, that's why you haven't heard from me. It's been kind of a crazy 6 weeks with Artemis and now Luna, working on finalizing all this the last couple weeks. But yeah, take a moment, fill out those applications. We are looking for remote broadcast producers, so if you're interested in pushing the buttons and making streams happen, let us know. Send one in. If you're interested in hosting launch commentary, let us know. Really big one though, if you love writing and want to write space news articles for the website, or scripts for news videos or deep dive videos, send in an application, let us know. We'd love to see some previous work that you've done, and invite some of you over onto the TLP crew. But with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up from Luna here. This will be the last broadcast of this road trip as we get to California and the LA area tonight. And I don't know exactly when the next Luna broadcast will be. It may be a little bit down the road, but hopefully we'll definitely be keeping you guys up to date with everything we're working on her, especially some of the updated membership stuff will roll out in a few days. That'll have some behind the scenes on the build out, where you guys can dive deeper, maybe even help us make some decisions. And we're also going to have it a way that you guys can have your name in Luna, or possibly even on the outside of Luna. So make sure to stay tuned to all of that. Make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to the latest on the launch schedule. If I take a look very quickly at when is the next launch, I think there's one tonight, 5:10 a.m. Pacific time from Cape Canaveral, and 7:33 a.m. Pacific time from Vandenberg. We did wrestle back and forth a lot. Do we go straight to Vandenberg? We both made the right decision that that's not the smart decision. So we're not going to do that, and we'll just watch from a little bit further away. But I'm excited to finally hopefully see a Space Coast West launch. I've only seen one, but it was from about 15,000 feet over Vandenberg, so it'll be nice to see one from the ground. But that's going to do it for us here tonight from I-10, about 70 miles away from California, heading over to Space Coast West. This was Magnus and Zach from Luna, and we will see you next time, because space is better together. Good night.